Hello, my name is Brenda Heyward. The information you may view may need to be asked of a specialist. I am not an attorney, a real estate agent, or tax accountant. This video will highlight some of the minimum required papers needed to have on hand to purchase that home you want. This video is called Home Buyers Closing Process. The video will highlight additional information to your questions on what other paperwork may be required and added to your need to know list. This short summary can be used as a guideline for the documents needed to gather and ask questions as you move forward on your journey as a buyer of your new home. If you have found a home that you want to purchase, and now some decisions and processes must be made to get approval to get the offer accepted. Viewers, I hope you brought your notebook and pencil. The title company is a very important member of the process of purchasing your home. The title company is the organization that holds onto your funds you put in escrow. Once you have found a location in which you would like to live and buy, they will submit the paperwork on the property you plan to purchase and check to see if the seller's name as having the legal right of ownership to the property and try to correct any problems so that you can the home can be transferred into your name. The title search is done to protect the buyer by ensuring once the transfer is completed that the sellers have no liens or judgments against the property. The title company will sift through the public records in reference to the property to ensure that the sellers have a legal right to the property. During the title search, they check with the city and state offices to see if there are any pending legal issues. They check on pending unpaid property taxes, liens, and judgments that list the property. Just a heads up, other states have different processes. Title insurance is what mortgage lenders use that reviews titles to protect their interests. So as a buyer, you will purchase your own title insurance on the home. Please, even if you decide to pay cash, do not bypass the title search portion of the process. Just think, even if the prior foreclosure process was made over 10 years ago, the process was not done correctly. You could be in hot water with the insurance to assist with protecting your interests. The property survey is used to inform you of your legal boundaries of the parcel of the land or property you are trying to purchase. Depending on if you are buying a row house or land with a house centered on it, you should determine whether it is important to you to know the boundaries of the land. The property survey can identify the encroachment, for example, your fence over the property line by a few feet, or the fence belongs to the neighbor and you mow the grass because the fence sits inside the property line on their side. If you have reviewed the old community plot map and it has not been updated and the meets and bounds lines are not clear, please get a property survey done to ensure there will not be any arguments with the neighbors in the future over the believed property boundaries of your property. The survey will contain disputed assets if there is a road that runs across your property or a body of water or a beach property that may end a foot beyond the water line. Mortgage companies can require a property survey to evaluate the amount of money they are giving for the loan. However, in some states, a property survey is not required. Some mortgage companies are satisfied knowing that the title is on your property. A homeowner's insurance policy is mandatory. It makes the mortgage lender comfortable knowing that the loan will be repaid. The homeowner's insurance policy purchased by the buyers ensures the mortgage lender they will get their money until the home is transferred out of the buyer's name. So when it's time to go to closing, the homeowner's insurance policy must be in hand, showing proof of insurance with the limits that will cover the house just in case something happens like a fire. The homeowner's insurance declaration page shows proof of coverage and summarizes the amount of coverage on the home. Remember, the mortgage lender has a stake in the property until it's completely paid off. The insurance policy shows the lender that collateral is protected. The lender will not fund the loan until they see this homeowner's insurance declaration page. Just a heads up, if you stop making payments on the loan, the house reverts to the bank. A closing disclosure document will be issued from the title company. The closing disclosure document will be given to you once the mortgage is processed and the loan process have reviewed all the original information given to the loan officer, which needs to be re-verified to ensure the original projected loan approval range has not changed. At this time, the closing disclosure will be the concrete, no estimate figures will be used. This document will be used to tell the buyer what amount is needed for them to bring to the closing table to get the property transferred into their name. The closing disclosure document should be received by the buyers at least 3 days before closing. The paperwork shows what interest rate you will be paying on the length of the loan, the monthly mortgage payment, taxes, and insurance, monthly costs, the closing costs. This disclosure will highlight if there are any potential penalties for prepayment. This closing disclosure document will enable you to obtain the exact amount needed on a cashier's check, highlighting the down payment and closing costs. A request for a cashier's check or wire transfer after receipt of your closing documents will come. Please follow whatever instructions you are given because the keys to your new home are only a few days away. Cashier's check and wire transfer guarantee funds, unlike a personal check. Without the piece of paper, the deal will not close. The cashier's check or wire transfer covers the closing costs, prepaid interest, and property taxes. The closing disclosure document is used to enable the buyers to know what is due when they come to the house settlement table. I know you will be excited at this step. However, you still need some other official documents to bring to the meeting. Remember, your driver's license and identification card must be brought to the closing table. A driver's license, passport, and government-issued photo ID must be brought to prove you are and have the legal right to sign the closing paperwork and assume ownership of the property. Please do not bring an outdated or inaccurate driver's license to closing. It will stop the proceedings or closing of the property. Your documentation need to be copied and attached to the documents. Even if you just got married a couple of days ago, please get the paperwork updated or at least bring a copy of the marriage certificate so that you could be added to the file. Remember, the day of closing is not the day to leave your wallet or purse at home. Remember, it is nothing wrong with a list that you must have or need to find. Take your time and gather everything you need. You want this process to go smoothly as possible. I hope you find a great real estate agent and that this must-have is valuable to you. Good luck. Please let me know if you like this video by clicking a thumbs up or leaving comments. Also, check out some of my other videos that may answer a few other questions you may have. My name is Brenda Heyward. Thanks.